Hey guys, welcome to another edition of FSI's PGA DraftKings Picks. We are doing the Showdown Round 2 for the Masters. Incredible first round for Justin Rose. Stole the show, shooting 7 under. I have 0 of him in my classic lineups, and I feel pretty stupid about it. So we're going to make our money back in Showdown. But overall, it was a good round. A lot of good positives to take away. Spieth played really well. We certainly have a lot of him in the industry, but most of the guys that I played up top played pretty well, minus Cantlay. I think we're all on tilt there from an industry standpoint. But some of the guys up top that I chose to fade played pretty bad. Westwood played 6 over. I didn't have any Westwood. I don't have any Finau. He didn't really tear it up. I didn't have any Brooks. For a while, that looked really good. But he battled back a little bit, So, yeah, some fades are working out for me. Some plays are not. But we're here to talk about some Showdown. If you guys want to find any of the core plays and a breakdown and player pool that I provide for each Showdown slate and weekend slate, you can find that on our website at FSI DFS. You can subscribe to the Discord channel. You can find that link on our Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. Or you guys can like the video, comment below if you want to talk some Showdown. I'll be up. I'll be entering lineups myself. Feel free to comment about who you guys want to play. If you have any questions on how a guy did, or if you want to talk lineups, let me know. Yeah, comment below and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification button too, so you know when I post a video for the upcoming weekend. Cool. All right, plugs done. Let's talk some picks. 10K, we got Bryson at 10-7. I said this on Twitter today. I don't think this guy's ever going to win a Masters. He's just not patient enough to play Augusta. He's just always in a rush. He's trying to overpower one of the hardest golf courses in the world. You can't do that at Augusta. The green complexities are too difficult. The fairways are too undulated. You get yourself into trouble. You think you have a shot. You think you can overpower it, but you just can't. We saw it multiple times in November. We've seen it a couple of times here in the spring. He's trying to do too much on this golf course, and it's swallowing him whole. He needs to let the golf course come to him. Just play as simple as he can. He's just trying to overthink it. He's lost on the greens. I think he's a complete fade. I think he might squeak into the weekend, but I don't expect much from Bryson, especially at this price tag for round 2. JT at 10-5. I think he's a decent play. 2 birdies and 3 bogeys, but the scorecard didn't really tell you the story when JT. He did have the later tee time, so that is the last guy we did see play. He played really well. He played a lot of difficult holes. He needs to hit some more fairways though. His driving off the tee is not that solid, and I think morning tee time he's going to get a little bit of softer conditions. I think there's a slight chance of rain overnight, but yeah, he's going to get some cool temperatures, some softer conditions in the morning tee time, and I think JT's going to set up for a pretty good play. I could see him shooting 2-3 under tomorrow, and I think 4 or 5 birdies will definitely get you there. 10-5 is pretty hefty. Sometimes you kind of want to get, a real solid floor, and I think you'll get JT a solid floor over Bryson. Next up, we have DJ at 10-3. Just kind of all over the place today. DJ was missing a ton of putts. Guy could not putt today. I've been talking with my buddies in the group chat, and we're big DJ fans, and it's just we followed him like crazy this morning, and we were just telling ourselves, okay, he's going to snap out of it. He's going to snap out of it. He just couldn't get anything going on the greens, but the driving has been immaculate. He's crushing the ball. That's something he struggled with at the match play, and now he's got this Sim 2 Max ripping and roaring out on the golf course. I think he's going to have a decent round, and he's going to have a really good round that's going to propel him inside this top 15, top 20. Even with the craziness and the missed putts that he did have this today, he still scored pretty well. He was 8 feet for eagle. He missed that putt. It was really huge. So I think a lot of good opportunities are going to come for DJ. JT and DJ definitely going to be part of the 20 max that I'm looking to fill out for tomorrow's slate. Jordan Spieth, 10-1. This is going to go throughout the whole week. The numbers and the scoring kind of just speak for themselves. He shot 1 under today with an eagle. If he doesn't triple 9, he's in serious contention up in the top 2, top 3. He's still inside the top 10. He hit 16 greens today, guys. I mean, Spieth tee to green right now is the best, I think, in the field. Yeah, I 16 out of 18 greens. That's all I needed to see. I'm just going to continue to course Spieth throughout the weekend. I think he's going to finish inside the top 5. Maybe win it. I don't know. It's a little early to tell. People think Rose is going to run away with it. I think there's going to be some regression coming for Rose. Notoriously good first-round golfer here at Augusta, but his statistics seem to drop off after that point. I'm certainly hoping so for my classic lineups because I have a lot of good ones, but we'll hope Rose. I don't know if I'm going to be in there to the fade for the showdown, but yeah, Spieth, he's in 9K. I only like 2 guys here. John Rahm at 9.9. He hit 2 birdies today. That's it. A lot of pars. I think he only had 1 bogey, but this is coming off of one half day of prep. He got here Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday morning. And after, the baby that was born, he didn't have much prep. He just kind of played this setup blind, so to speak, and he played that well. I think Rahm's headed for another top 20, top 15, top 10 finish. You could definitely come out hot tomorrow. So I'm definitely looking into John Rahm. I was looking into Xander Schauffele at 9,300. He hit 14 greens, and he was just assessed a 2-stroke penalty for grounding his club in a bunker. Now, when you watch this film, it's seriously 2 little specks of sand that he touches, and it looks like it opens up the surface area of the ball a little bit. So it does look like he's improving, I guess, the eyesight in which he is striking the ball. But, I mean, it's minimal. I think it's kind of bullshit, but I think Xander is going to come out now. He was supposed to be even. He's going to be +2. We think he's going to come out tomorrow fired up about that, and he's going to have to start pin seeking, and that could lead to a decent motivational play. Is it weird as it sounds? I think he's going to be an attacker tomorrow. I don't mind him. My favorite play on the slate, though, is Patrick Reed at 8,900. 4 birdies today. He had 86% of his fairways. This is a guy that doesn't need any good conditions. November, he finished 10th. 2018 winner. I think he loves playing this golf course. The dried, baked out greens. I heard it in his voice in the interviews leading up to the tournament. He doesn't mind how fast and firm this golf course is. He thinks it favors himself, and I think he's going to be into the final fray come Sunday. And at 8,900, you're getting a very strong discount. I think Reed is golfer number 2 in your lineups tomorrow for Showdown. Webb Simpson at 8,700, 3 birdies. He was 4 under most of the day, but he had a double after putting 1 into the water on 16. I think he's a really strong play. He's going to be, attacking pins. Webb, I loved Webb, Reed, and Spieth pre-round, and they certainly showed up, and I think they're going to continue to do so all weekend. All right, Victor Hovland at 86. He had a weird round. Like, he was all over the place. I think he got lucky a little bit on one of his birdies. He hit a nice chip. It was about to fly past the hole, but he buried it off the green. He got lucky there because if that ball doesn't touch that flag in that hole, that's a double bogey because that thing was going to keep rolling. It happened to Siwoo Kim. Siwoo chips it past the same hole. I think it was 13, that par 5. Siwoo does that same chip Hovland had, and the ball rolls all the way into the water. I mean, that's exactly what was going to happen to Hovland. He just happened to make it. So he got lucky a little bit today at 8,600. He did have the triple to start out the round. He's just going to be volatile from here on out. He's going to be able to score birdies on par 5s, but there's going to be some holes that are going to be worse than bogey. He's going to lose a lot of points in showdown formats, so that could lead to a fade. Tyrell Hatton at 8,500, 5 birdies. He had 3 in a row on the back. He did have one double. I didn't like him heading in. He doesn't have any good course history. He's kind of playing debunker, um, or myth buster of how Hatton is supposed to not play well at the Masters. So he's trying to break out of his course history form, and this could be very well be the tournament that he does it. He didn't have much form leading in, so there wasn't much to go on with Terrell Hatton. But he seems to be playing well. I think I'm going to throw some darts at him in Showdown tomorrow. Tommy Fleetwood is going to be a fade for me tomorrow. Yes, he had the ace, but he had 4 bogeys and nothing else. I don't think I think he barely hit 60% of his greens. So Tommy, big fade for me tomorrow. I'm not buying in on the ace. I think he just got lucky. Next up, we have Scott and Fitz here at 8,100 and at 8K. Scott had 5 bogeys today. I don't like him. He's kind of guessing on the greens. He said so in an interview. He's really struggling, trying to figure out how fast and firm these greens are going to play. A lot of the things that he leans on in his experience doesn't seem to be paying off for him. I could see Scott just hanging around the middle of the pack this week. Fitz at 8K, 4 birdies, 6 bogeys. He just, like Hovland, was all over the place. I'm not sure how to take that. I think if you're going to play Scott or Fitz, it's GPP only and you're throwing darts. Paul Casey at 7,900. He had 2 birdies today, but he had 5 bogeys on the back 9. I think he had 1 eagle as well. He was headed for a really good round, and then the back 9, he just kind of fell apart. Paul Casey has these moments in Masters history in the back of my mind where, he looks like he's doing fine one round, and then all of a sudden the bottom falls out, and Chalk Paul Casey blows up in everybody's face. I've protected my classic lineups for that such occasion, so I don't have him in cash. A lot of people do. It would be more plus EV for me to see him miss the cut and kind of go backwards this weekend. So that's kind of where I want to play this. And I don't mind playing this next guy up, Brooks Koepka. A subscriber in our chat room in the Discord, he was talking about how Brooks is cheap. And I'm like, what do you mean? Brooks is going to be like 9K. I mean, it's Brooks Koepka. It's at the Masters. Yeah, he's hurt, but he's not going to be cheap. And then I get to the Showdown slate and I start to do my preparation. I'm like, I haven't seen Brooks. Did he withdraw? So I double checked the leaderboard. I didn't see him withdraw. And I just keep scrolling. I'm like 7,900 for Brooks Koepka. I know he's hurt, but 7,900, that's too cheap to fade, especially how he closed the round. I think he got some confidence with those 2 birdies at the end of his round. And those were coming off of four straight bogeys. So I think Brooks Koepka is going to come into tomorrow, and if he makes a run, it's going to have to be tomorrow. So I think he sets up really well for a Showdown round 2. So shout out to Ryan Hack on our Discord channel for throwing up the name, making me look into it a little bit more. I believe with you that Brooks Koepka is going to throw all he can into his round tomorrow to get to where he can have get into some contention, and it's going to be Showdown. It's going to be round 2 or bust for Brooks. Whatever he does here dictates what he's going to be like for the rest of the weekend. Max Homa at 7,600. 3 birdies, 5 bogeys. I think he did okay. 76 has a decent price tag. He's going to get a morning tee time. I think that could work well in his favor. Hideki Matsuyama really performed well. Only 1 bogey, 1 eagle, 2 birdies. He averaged 1.6 putts per hole, so I'm a little scared of some of his putting. But the greens were really fast and firm today, and Hideki playing pretty well on the greens surprises me, and I'm looking forward to playing Hideki at a price drop of $800 from Classic to Showdown. So really like the Hideki play. At the same price tag, I'm really liking this Will Zalatoris. He hit 14 greens today, 3 birdies, 1 eagle. The kid can play, and I actually think this course sets up really well for Zalatoris. I followed him this morning on my way to work. He is striking the ball well. These high trees, it just looks and feels right for Will Zalatoris. He seems, even if he doesn't hit the fairway, he seems to have a good ball flight for this course. I think Willie Z is going to be a good play tomorrow. We got some Corey Connors at 7,500, 4 birdies. He had a triple. That's kind of his MO. If he's not scoring triples, he's going to be in the top 10. He's going to score a lot of birdies. I think that makes for a great DraftKings play at 7,500. Abe Answer at 74, 3 birdies. He had a snowman on a par 5. That's really concerning, but you take away that, he's even and or 3 under and firing in everyone's lineup. So I really like Abraham Answer as a strong GBP play tomorrow. Who I don't like is Bubba Watson, 7,300. He had 2 birdies, but he closed with 3 straight bogeys. Looked like he was really guessing on a lot of, like, guys were closing hard. They were scoring birdies at the end of the round, and Bubba kind of went backwards. I think that continues tomorrow. A lot of people are hoping the driving that looks great carries over, but I think Bubba's irons are not there. Jason Kokrak at 7,300. He fired a great shot on 18, tap in for birdie, closed well, 4 birdies on the back 9. I'm going to roll that right into Showdown round 2. Brian Harman at 7,200. I'm not sure what to take out of this. 72% on his greens, 79% fairways. He looks solid. 3 under, 4 birdies. Could it continue? Yeah, I think it can, but it's going to be a little bit of a gamble. I don't know how well he's going to do round to round. He could very well come out firing and maybe even contend for a 54-hole or 36-hole lead, but GPP only. Si-Woo Kim, 7,100, 5 birdies. He closed with 2 bogeys, or it would have looked a lot better. He had a couple eagle putts today, so I do like some Si-Woo Kim. Christian Bezuidenhout, 7,100. He kind of flew under the radar, hit 93% of his fairways. 3 birdies, only 1 bogey on the card. This is kind of what he does. He attacks par 5s. He pars a lot of holes, and he doesn't try to make bogeys. I think this is kind of setting up perfectly for his game. He doesn't have to overpower this course and win by 18. And that's just not how he's going to win. He wins the golf courses that are like 8 under, 10 under. So Bezuidenhout could be in for a really good week. And now the man of the hour, Justin Rose at 7K. 7 under, 7 birdies, 1 eagle, and 72% greens. Tilting because I didn't have any of it in my classic. So he's already off to a blazing start when it comes to DraftKings scoring. So unfortunate, but I think I'm going to eat the chalk and then fade it as well. Maybe be a little bit underweight on Rose and hope that he goes backwards. 6K, I like Matt Jones, 6,900. He is 2 over, but he had 3 birdies. He had a tough 5-hole stretch. I think he bogeyed 4 of them, but he looked really well starting out early in the morning. Guy had some time to practice after his round before he could head in, get a good night's sleep. I like Matt Jones tomorrow. Shane Lowry at 6,800, 1 under, 5 birdies, 1 double. Kind of doing what he did at the Players' Championship, where he just did everything around the greens, and with his putter, the irons aren't overly impressive. He's not really going to gain that many strokes off the tee, but Shane Lowry's short game has kind of carried him in the coming weeks, and that's really what's paying off for a lot of golfers, such as Bezuidenhout, as listed earlier. Kevin Kisner is probably my favorite play down here in the 6K range at 6,700. He hit 14 greens, 3 birdies, 1 eagle. He did have a triple that kind of makes the numbers a little skewed. But, 14 greens for Kisner. He looked like he was headed to have that big monster round, and then he tapered off at the end because of that triple, and it kind of just broke his momentum. Bobby Mack was kind of all over the place. 5 birdies, but he had 7 bogeys. I expect much of the same. This golf course does set up really well for lefties, and I really have a decent amount of exposure to Bobby Mack in my classic lineups. I'm hoping he makes this cut. I think he can. I think he's going to be just trading birdie for bogey for the next couple of days, but at 6,400, I could take that. I at least know he's going to score birdies, and even though he's going to get some bogeys, I know points are there. Stuart Sink is kind of an upside GBP only play at 6,300. If he could fire off one of them bogey-free 2-3 under rounds, that's really going to pay off at 6,300. That's really all I like down here in the old guy section. So no VJs, no Larry Mizes tomorrow, only Stuart Sink. So that'll do it. I hope this was helpful. I'm looking forward to another round at the Masters, followed up by a great weekend. Should be a fun time. As I said before, you can find me on Twitter at TKNation47. You can find the website at fsidfs.com. and the Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening, and talk to you again.